Walmart is so desperate to fix healthcare, it flies employees to top hospitals in other states for. Bill, an employee at Walmart, had been suffering from mild neck pain and a tremor in his hands. A local surgeon Walmart decided to send him and his wife on a flight to a hospital in another state, all expenses paid, so he could get a second opinion. He saw a team of. The employee avoided a painful, expensive surgery that he did not need. Walmart, which in the end, Bill's story, with permission, was a win for everyone. But it also speaks to a larger trend U.S. employers are getting increasingly fed up with the myriad problems with the U.S. medical system. Companies pay for, so Walmart and its partners published a case study detailing in an effort to disseminate its ideas more broadly. Walmart's Lisa Woods, who wrote the piece with Jonathan Slotkin, a director of spine surgery at Geisinger, and Ruth Coleman, a health executive and nurse, described how they've succeeded by focusing on more than just lowering costs. They also looked for. Related video analyst explains what Walmart is doing right. Skinning us alive. Walmart is not the only employer advocating for change. Berkshire Hathaway's Warren Buffett, who formed an alliance with J.P. Morgan CEO, Walmart, which also offers pharmacy service and health clinics, has been aware of the problem for much longer than that. The Harvard Business, the Compass, which requires its employees to use a curate list of hospitals for some surgeries, has been in place for about 6 years. It was optional and it started with a relationship with Mayo Clinic, but Walmart has been forming these arrangements with other health centers including Geisinger. Spine surgery. Sometimes, these hospitals will agree with the community physician and recommend surgery. But they'll often. Geisinger Slotkin described the experience as concierge. Walmart employees also get their travel paid for to get second opinions on cancer diagnoses and heart surgeries. At the heart of the program is an idea that healthcare incentives need to change. Rather than paying, and it's going well, so much so that Walmart wants to encourage other employers to follow its lead. And Geisinger said this.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,